Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Is the Gina Carano Disney situation a win? Let's have a look. Let's dissect it. I did a video on this at Breaking News. I did do some tweets as well. And it was a very unpopular take. My take was very, very unpopular. But I want to go through it and discuss it and just take a look and see, really. Because Gina Carano has recently shared a new update post-settlement. So I think it's worth taking a look. I've also had a few days to dissect my thoughts and sort of, come to terms with what I view this as, but also how I view everyone else that's rallied around it, per se. Because I think it's interesting. This has become a lightning rod, a beacon for everyone to sort of rally around and say, you know, she beat Disney, congrats, well done, and then that's the line, isn't it? That's the current line from everyone of a certain leaning online. And I actually think everyone's kind of done themselves a disservice, basically. So let's take a look. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Do turn the bell notifications on. I will say from the off, I don't expect this take to be particularly well received, much like my tweets about this. But I do want to go through it. So if you would afford me the opportunity to at least explain my stance on this and why I view it, and yeah, if you could, that'd be great. If not, no worries. Just mindlessly hate, I guess. So what's the latest? Well, Gina Carano tweeted this out. Okay, so she said, "Thank you for your requests for interviews. I just haven't felt like my feet have landed in order to give proper respect to the conversation. I'll do so when the time is right for me. Taking one more day today to relax and celebrate what feels like 1,000 pounds off my shoulders, then back to work. It's been 5 years in this battle, which some understand all too well, and some don't at all. And some far more than I do, and that is all okay. People learn over time. Give each other the grace to learn. The support I've received is mind-blowing and has been for years. It fills my heart with such warmth. My loved ones' phones have been blowing up with such positivity, which means the world to me. I hated to see my loved ones having to watch me go through this struggle. It's like watching someone in a fight and not being able to jump in the ring and help them or even throw in the towel because I wouldn't want them to. The baby Grogus all my family's kids got Christmases ago silently put away along with Star Wars shirts and toys broke my heart to watch. Everyone apologising to me for going to Disneyland or refusing to go. I didn't ask or want that for anyone, but people were properly upset. It has been so sad. So thank you to everyone who has reached out and shown their support. Healing is definitely happening now. No need to apologise to me for having Disney Plus anymore. Please, I need to move on. Bring the Grogus out. It's okay. I do believe positive change is happening. We will see. And don't worry about me. The hate doesn't even make me blink anymore. It doesn't even come close. I already went through the fire. I'm immune to that now. I'm immune to the heat now. Refined by fire. Maybe not for everyone, but I consider myself blessed. God knew what I could handle. It all feels incredibly clear now, which is an awesome feeling, but I'm not foolish. I know I'm at a new beginning of all new lessons, which I'll embrace in all their wondrous and awkward phases. So basically just says, go back to building my life now. So that's fine. Cool. No worries. She's 50 pounds down, so she's made some weight loss, which is good. You shouldn't gain loads of fat and just be, chunky monkey anyway. So good for her. And then she just shared a picture of herself pouting. So good on her, good on her. Now, the situation with Gina Carano is a tricky one to navigate because there are several avenues to look at, right? Is this a win for Gina Carano? Well, she sees it as a win. So subjectively, it's a win for her. And I guess objectively, because as she views her and her own situation, yeah, it's a win. Objectively, it's a win for her if she believes it is. Now, is this a win for everyone else that's sort of rallying around her? Yeah, I guess so, if you're really invested in her. Her as a person, this individual that you don't know. However, this is the thing that will take some heat now. From a nuanced perspective, is this a win as a whole? I am not quick to say yes. And I'm not quick to say yes because I don't believe that Disney has taken any L's here. And, let me sort of explain it and show it, I guess. Because a lot of people, tweeted things like this out. Whatever was in those emails was so bad, Disney would rather apologise to Gina Carano and pay rather than reveal them to the public. Let that sink in. Well, there's two ways of looking at that. Well, one, they actually didn't apologise. If you look in their statement, Disney did not apologise. There is no apology from Disney anywhere. They just say, and you can read into it and say, well, they apologised by proxy because they gave in and they've released a statement not degrading her. Sure. But reality is that they didn't actually apologise. They just didn't. Right? They just didn't apologise. Their statement isn't an apology. It's not an apology. They didn't say sorry. They didn't say sorry. There's no apology there. They didn't. They just said, yeah, she's respected and we're going to move on. That's it. That's it. So they didn't apologise. Now, they did pay, obviously. That's clear to anyone. Obviously, they paid money. And probably paid a lot of money. So, good. You know, a wealthy woman, which Gina Carano is, her and her family are incredibly wealthy. I know people like to say she's got a net worth of like $4 million, but the likelihood is that she would probably have access to some of her, you know, her sort of family wealth to some degree, right? She has loved ones. They haven't hung her out to dry. To disregard that is just naive, I guess. So, sure, a wealthy woman got wealthy or wealthier. Cool, no worries. Fine. Get your bread whilst you can. But they didn't apologise. And when you say, well, whatever was in those emails was so bad, Disney would rather apologise to Gina Carano and pay rather than reveal them to the public. Well, if this had moved forward, they would have been revealed to the public. That's just a fact. Because discovery would have happened. They attempted to block it, but that was rejected, remember? So discovery was going to happen. The emails were going to be revealed. Now that was going to happen. But Disney obviously got in and settled, so that wasn't an option. Now nothing can be revealed ever. So is this a win for Gina Carano? Is this a win for everyone else? Well, again, a win for Gina Carano, I guess. But we'll never know what was in those emails. Disney has purchased silence. And they got what they wanted, which was silence. They got to ruin someone's career, which is ruined. You know. They say identifying job opportunities. She hasn't been offered any jobs yet that we know of. That was not publicly stated either. It was just, we look forward to identifying job opportunities in future. That was it. Wasn't, we're going to offer you a job. Now, it may be that, yeah, she appears in The Mandalorian and Grogu. Cool, sure, fine. But do you really want to work with a company that destroyed you? Boarding a sinking ship, is that a win? Because they are a sinking ship at the moment. Like, Star Wars isn't a big thing, is it? Now, who wins in that situation? If Gina Carano boards Mandalorian and Grogu and appears in the teaser trailer. Who wins? Disney wins, actually. Because The Mandalorian and Grogu, The Mandalorian has not been doing very well. Right? Season 3 did not get good views. Hence why they've pushed it to make a movie instead so they can make some money from this very expensive show to run. So who actually wins there? Well, it's Disney. Now, again, you could say Gina Carano wins because she makes some money. But Disney are using Gina Carano if she appears in The Mandalorian and Grogu. They're using her for publicity. For people like Nerdrotic, Anna, Valiant Renegade, Yellow Flash, everyone else to rally around and say, wow, Disney bent the knee. Wow, Gina Carano's back. What a win. Disney are using Gina Carano. Disney benefits from that. Gina Carano wins because she gets some money, but the ultimate benefactors there are actually Disney because they would have used her. So, no offers yet that we know about. No apology. There's been no public apology, but Disney has got silence. And again, like I said, if Gina Carano does appear in The Mandalorian and Grogu, well, that's to the benefit of Disney, actually. Now, cool, that's fine, I guess. Now, I'm not one of these people that is blindly, wanting Disney to fail completely. I myself really like the look of Tron Ares. I think Tron Ares looks fantastic. I would love Disney to be good again. And maybe this is a step in the right direction. This is why it's a very nuanced take. Or at least my opinion is very nuanced. Because on one hand, it's to the benefit of Gina Carano. She's making money. Great. On the other, maybe this is a step in the right direction. That Disney is moving forwards and has learned their lesson. Am I confident that they have, though? No, I'm not, actually. Now, that's just because I don't want to... I don't want to be super naive. I mean, this is the company that, if you don't know or don't remember, anyway, let me remind you, this is the company that tried to reject a wrongful death suit after after a husband's partner, so spouse, died in a restaurant because the waiting staff didn't listen to the allergic reactions that this woman had. And they tried to get out of the lawsuit by saying, well, you signed up to Disney Plus, actually, so that means that you can't sue us. I mean, what kind of fucking company does that? What kind of company does that? Obviously a company with utterly no shame. They don't care. They have lawsuits all the time. There are multiple lawsuits all times for Disney. They don't care. So I don't think they've learnt their lesson. And that's evidence of that. To me, anyway, that is part of the evidence of that. A company that's so brazen to say that. Yeah, so what if you died? Who cares? Jesus. It's pretty bad, isn't it? Now, the other reason why I don't think this is a huge win. Well, previously, she made a hint that she wasn't going to settle. Now, I'm not going to say she out and out said it, but she did say, and everyone rallied around her, by the way. So everyone that you're clapping, or that clapped for Gina Carano for settling, has come out, in the past and said, yep, she's got a surefire win. She's going to win. She's not going to settle. Yeah. Google it. YouTube it. Go check it out. Go check it out. You'll see. So all these people that are now championing Gina Carano for settling were the same type that said, well, she's not going to settle. Because she said, and she didn't out and out state it, by the way, but she kind of hinted at it. I kind of go back and forth on that, and I'll be real honest with you. I feel like at some point, when is this all going to stop? When is somebody going to stop them from treating people the way they've treated people, for how long they've treated people like this? And then the second part of my brain is, I've been through a lot the last 4 years, and I want to tell stories, and I don't want to constantly be in court, constantly be political even. So I think we have a really strong case, stronger than most people on the internet will let you know, and I feel very, very positive because I don't have very much. I don't have anything to hide, and they have everything to hide. And they've got that now, remember. That's been achieved by them. They've hidden everything. So I'd be very nervous if I was them. Well, apparently not. So I pray that when the time comes, if that time comes, that I make the right decision and I feel like it'll be a success story. Well, I feel like it already is, because as soon as that lawsuit hit, I had incoming phone calls, and I've had such support from people that needed to see somebody fight back. And thank you to Elon Musk for doing that for me. There has been one of the most incredible blessings of my life, because just him doing that made people brains understand. So, and she says, and I'm definitely willing to go full on. I will go full to the end. So who knows? I mean, and said again, something moved Elon Musk to go and defend people and use his money to help defend free speech. And he's been changing lives, not just lives, but nations. And I fear where we, could have gone if he'd not stood up and done this thing that placed on his heart. And I think God's using him as an incredible way. And I hope that continues. But as far as my case goes, I'm pretty much playing it just like you all are. This is what I mean. She kind of flip-flopped. I'm playing it day to day. I'm trying to stay healthy, eat healthy, work out, take care of my family, take care of my animals, get my business done. Focus on putting something good out in the world. Because each individual person, if we do that, that we're going to make and hold on to America and hold on to the US. And that was it, really. Not really much else that was said, to be fair. But you can see where people got the impression that she was going to go all the way and not settle. Out and out hinted, isn't it? But again, make no mistake. Again, yeah, she does deserve a public apology, because she's not had any apology. She's not had any apology at all from anyone. Anyone at all, in fact. There's been no public apology. And Disney has not apologised. But everyone's videos like, Disney's bent the knee. They've not bent the knee. Who benefits from Gina Carano joining back up? And also, if I was Gina Carano, why would you want to work with Pedro Pascal again? An overtly political loser that didn't stand up for you at all. In fact, that was the example she used as the double standard. Why would you want to work with Disney again? If I was Gina Carano, why? And again, the nuance here is I want Disney to turn a leaf. I want them to be good. But would that be working with that company? Working with an individual like Pedro Pascal? Probably not. That's not turning a leaf, is it? So I don't know. Is this a win? Well, it's a win. It's a win for Gina Carano. It's a win for Disney. It's actually a win for everyone. But who loses in this situation? Well, we do. We do, actually. Because I don't think Disney will learn their lesson. And I don't think Disney would learn their lesson unless they did have everything exposed. Like Anna said, you know, what was in those emails was so bad, Disney would rather apologise. They didn't apologise. They paid up. They didn't apologise. Stop saying they apologised. They didn't apologise. No apology anywhere. But they hid it. They got what they wanted. So anyway, we lose. We lose, I think. Because as much as I want them to be good, what's the lesson here? Where's the justice? Where's the fairness? They got to tarnish someone's image publicly for a very long time and then just pay someone some money and then leave. And that's it, done. Who benefits here now? Disney does. Disney. There's no justice, no fairness. Now, there may be justice in the eyes of Gina Carano. She might think that she's got justice. Cool, that's fine. Subjectively, she believes that. Therefore, objectively, she wins. If she can truly hang her head up and say, yeah, I'm well happy with this. I'm well happy with this turning out this way. Also, coincidentally, for someone that believes in free speech, so vehemently, she blocked me, which is comical. I didn't even say anything nasty. I just said this is a bit lame. Other people will now have to go through the same situation, be fired, but they won't have the world's richest man backing them in a lawsuit. Disney now genuinely believes, or will anyway, believe they have carte blanche to just continue. So anyway, whatever. This is not a popular take, but I hope you listen to it all. And again, I don't know. Hopefully, I've given you some other bits and pieces to consider. When people say that Disney apologised, they did not apologise. There is no apology anywhere. When people say that she's got job offers, well, no job offer has actually been stated. That's a fact. You know, you can literally go and have a look at this here. There's no statement for a job offer. They even say it. You know, like whether she, you know, is going to get her Rebel Shock Trooper Cara Dune role back as desired or any of the millions in damages she was seeking. Disney and Carano clearly are back in the business. To that, a source close to Carano told me she's very happy with how things were dealt with. So there is no statement that she's going to make, you know, a return. But even if she does, who wins? Disney. Disney wins. Disney wins. Disney wins. And comically, they win because everyone who's claiming that Disney bent the knee will promote this free of charge. Doing Disney's promotional work. Funny that. Funny. So there you go. Unpopular take, but more nuanced and reasoned. Leave your thoughts down below. Bye now.